Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the Executive Board Club. This is a club that Eric and I started been probably 12 years ago. It's one of the things that helped us get to the top and help so many hundreds of people be able to retire from their jobs, get to the top, or get to a leadership rank where they could literally change their lives because they'd helped change so many others. It started all because we were tired of having to play uh, games to be recognized as leaders, and we didn't want other people feeling the same way. We were the type of people that would just be out running and working really hard, but if we weren't tooting our own horn and we weren't telling the right people and kind of stroking our own success and preening our own success, we got skipped over as leaders. And we got tired of that. We didn't want to have to play the games. We just wanted to be recognized for working hard. And then we realized other people were probably feeling the same way. You're going to get recognized as a leader as you hit different ranks or as your check gets up there. But we also recognize that some people are leaders from the get-go and their check hasn't caught up yet or their rank hasn't caught up yet. And we don't want those people to be left out of being recognized as leaders. So thus the Executive Board Club was born. This goes back to the good old whiteboard days, and some of us will still be using whiteboards, but there's so many other ways to present now, but it's just kind of an ode back to the board days. We have our board club, and these are the people that are executives in the business that are treating it as a business, that are all in. And we've found over the years that people that participate in this club and do it consistently for a year to 18 months to 2 years, however long it takes, can get to be making 5 to 10 to 50 to 150,000 or more. We've seen all different responses, and it's just a matter of who does the behaviors longer. Our people that are making 150,000 have been left behind in other businesses, but they've been doing it now for about 8 or 10 years, and it's literally created millions of dollars for their families. So we know it works. We know that it allows us to identify leaders from their very first month. If they want to be part of that club, it sets them aside as leaders. So if you're wanting to make the big dollars in this industry, this is a way that you can do it. It's literally a system that if you'll just embrace it and do what we ask, we can pretty much determine the results. Now, we've also learned that if you aren't getting the results, your check isn't growing and your rank isn't growing, and you say you're doing the behaviors, then we may need to tweak something in your presentation or your follow-up. And that's okay, because the sooner we find those things and we can fix them, the sooner you can get the results that you're wanting. So what is the Executive Board Club? This is made up of people. It's voluntary. You don't have to be part of it if you're in our team in actives. It's a voluntary program. But if you want to be part of it, it's people who are doing 15 presentations or more a month, every month. It just sets the standard of how much you're going to do and gets enough momentum to be able to get your team going. So if you're brand new and you really don't know what to say and you don't know where to start, it's okay. You can be part of this club from the very first just by being a pointer the first month. You can point people in the direction of where they can find the information on actives. So you can point them to your upline and do a sit down with your guest and your upline if they're in the right area. And you can do a live presentation just by introducing your two people, edifying both your guest and your sponsor or your mentor that's with you, and then just listen like a fly on the wall. Now, for a presentation to count, it needs to be product and money. It needs to be the whole thing, not just a product presentation, because that's going to attract customers. It's not going to yield the same results. And if you want to do that, if somebody's just interested in the products, that's fine, but it doesn't count towards one of your 15. Just saying, they need to see the whole thing in order for it to be able to be checked off as one of your 15. So you're just listening, but you're taking notes, you're taking attention to the different things that that person says so that you can learn to do what they're doing, because this is a learn on the job. It's not just point and let somebody else do the work for you. If you're part of this club, you're a leader. That means that you're learning on the job. So take notes, write down the things that you're passionate about, write down the things that that person says that you just get all excited, or the little hairs on the back of your neck rise up, whatever it is that you're excited about what they're saying, because those are the things you're going to want to repeat and say, because then it will be passion coming from you. Your job is not to learn word for word what they're saying, because that's their presentation. You need to learn your own about the company, the timing, the products, the compensation plan, the system, the culture, all of the things that you find important to talk to your person about actives. But at the very bare minimum, the products and the compensation plan. And we found it's really good if you share a little tiny bit of your story, just so you're relatable so they can see how they could do what you're doing. Okay, so you're pointing the first month either to a live presentation, maybe you live too far away from your upline support team, or you're talking to somebody that lives too far away to sit down in person. You can do a 3-way call, you can do a Zoom presentation, you can do a Skype or a FaceTime. I don't care what method you're using. You can even send them a video, as long as it covers the whole thing. Don't just send them the link video. Don't just send them the genomics video. It's got to be the product line and the compensation plan. So find a recording of an all-around presentation to send them. There is one available at activespresentation.com that has all of it in under 30 minutes that you can send them, and then make sure that you've got somebody with you to help follow up if you're not sure what to say. That's the time to check with your upline and see who can help be on that call, to talk with them, hopefully within 15 minutes after they watch that presentation, so that it gets the same momentum that it would have if you were in person. Okay, so we're pointing for 15 people being exposed to all the information of actives the first month. The second month, we would love to have you be the presenter. If you're not quite ready for that, then your job is to be half of the presentation. Talk to them about whatever you can about the products and the compensation, and make sure you're filling in with the other half of it with an upline who's also on the phone, who's there to fill in the gaps. Or if you're doing a video, make sure that you're sending them a video on both halves, or that you're talking about, well, actually that wouldn't count because you need to do part of it. So talk to them about what you can, and then maybe watch a video with them to make sure that they see it through. There's so many things that you can do to make sure that they're seeing the process, but if they haven't seen it, make sure that they are seeing the products and the compensation, that you're not just sending them a video and that they watch, 2 minutes and tell you an answer, because it's almost assuredly no. We want to make sure they see the whole thing, and sometimes the only way to make that happen is to be on the phone with them while they're doing it, or they're in person with them while they're doing it. Do whatever you need to do, because they need to see both sides for it to count. At least by month 3, you need to be the full presenter. So practice in your mirror, give presentations to the dog, talk to yourself throughout your day while you're doing dishes, driving to work, mowing the lawn, whatever it is you're doing, and practice. Learn a few things about the company, about the products, about why you're interested, why are you here, and how the company compensation plan works, and learn to do a presentation. Understand that we were all okay before we got good. Some of us were even bad, and that's okay. And then we got okay, and then we get good, and then we get great. It's like any skill set that you've ever tried to learn. You didn't immediately get on a bike and start to ride it. You didn't get thrown into a pool and instantly be able to do the backstroke. You didn't immediately get in a car and drive it perfectly the first time. Everything that we do in life takes a little bit of a learning curve, but by doing the 15 every single month, it gets enough exposure to where your group's going to start to grow. And pretty soon you've got 5 or 10 or 15 people in. And remember, along on a side note, we want to be doing the 500 Club for those of you that are brand new and getting going. Or if you're seeing this during an open window of the company, which right now there is one, but if you're seeing this later, check and see if it's still going on. But you want to hit that 500 Club. So do enough exposures and enough presentations for people that you're getting your 10 in 90 days. Little side note, but really, really important. Okay, so if that's happening, then you want to talk to those people and find out what they want from actives. If they just want to try the products and see how their results go and try it that way, that's not a leader. But if you're talking to somebody that's ready to build an income, that wants to be able to replace their income, or is sick and tired of their job, or they're looking for a job and they need income fast, this is a way to get them jumping and running fast. So then you are doing the presentations for them to get their 15 exposures, or you're showing them where to get the videos at activespresentation.com, or pulling one off of the presentation opportunity overviews that are on actives.info, or pulling one off of YouTube, or have your upline record one, find one that you like and use it, or present for your people. Because as quickly as possible, you want to be helping all of your people get their 15 exposures. And the fastest, most efficient way to do that is to literally be doing group presentations. And that's the magic. All of our people that did 15 group presentations a month, month after month after month, grew month after month after month. And they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And over time, every one of them retired. Every one of them was able to take the trips and do the fun things and be able to leave a legacy. And I could spend a whole nother hour telling you some of the things that have come out of that, the way that their lives have changed. But ultimately, does that really matter? You're in this for what does it mean for you? So you get to figure out what it would mean for you. What would it look like if 2 years from now you didn't have a job? What would it look like 2 years from now if you were in A14 or in A16? What would it look like? Spend a little bit of a side time on that. I want you to realize that this can really happen for you, but you have to do the right behaviors and you have to do them consistently for long enough to get the right results. So 15 a month, and then come play with us. We have executive board meetings, and our board meetings are not stuffy sitting around a board table. They might be snowboarding. They might be at a boardwalk riding a roller coaster. They might be all aboard on a hot air balloon, or all aboard on a cruise ship. It might be boarding, on a kiteboard or a sailboard, or whatever you dare to do. It might be boarding down the side of a mountain in Park City on their alpine slide. There are so many different fun things that we're going to do with our board club. We did our first just general touch of one, just to give everybody kind of a taste, when we went on our rafting all aboard down the Provo River. But that's the first of many, many, many fun things to come. And you can come and rub shoulders with the leadership of Actives, and you can put yourself in that group just by simply doing your 15 a month. If you have additional questions, please get back with your upline or contact Eric and I. We know this system. We've done it over and over. We've done it with several companies, and it's literally been responsible for the lion's share of the leadership in both companies that we've done this with. So when you go to the board events, you are paying your own way on those events, and that way we can open it up to the whole company, and we can let Crossline participate. We can let anybody participate, and it doesn't, come back on our pocket. But we know that if you want to be there, that you'll spend the money and you'll be part of it because you understand the value of rubbing shoulders with the leadership. So stay tuned for what the board events are that will be coming up. And you're welcome to bring a guest, like a spouse or somebody. Even if they're not doing the presentations, you can bring a person with you, so you don't have to travel alone if you'd like to do that. Or you can just come as a single and come because this is your family of like-minded leaders, and not everybody there will have someone. We are each other's partners, and we are each other's support groups. So you can come alone, or you can bring one person, preferably family. Please, please don't bring as your plus one of your distributors. We know you're going to want to reward somebody down in your group, but the reality is that they can be there on their own just by doing 15 exposures. So if they really wanted to be there or really deserve to be there, they've earned their own way. So we ask that you not bring a distributor as your plus one. Bring a parent, a spouse, a child, preferably maybe a brother or sister. Somebody within the family is preferable, right? If you need to bring a plus one. So this is kind of how the Executive Board Club works. You don't have to come to the events, but if you'll just do the behaviors, you'll be on your way rising up through the ranks of Actives. We know you can do this. Our goal is to help as many people retire from their jobs, create abundance, and live an abundantly healthy and wealthy life, because we know that if you give enough good people good money, they will go do good things with it. And that's the thing that is our why, that inspires us to get up every day and put our whole heart and soul into this business, because we want your success. We want this for you. We want you to taste the life that we've been able to taste. We want you to be able to empower and bless the lives of others so that you can feel what that feels like and be able to experience the blessings that come along with changing someone's life in more ways than they can even anticipate when they first join Actives. So that's it for today. Have a great Saturday. Make sure you put heart and soul into this as much as you can every day. And if you can do your 15 presentations a month, it is on the honor system. We aren't going to check up on you. If you hit it, you can tell us. If you don't, that's just between you and you. So do whatever you can to hit your 15 every month and let it change your life.